Okay, so we said that I would come on here and, hey Cody, hey George, hey Big Red. I'm sorry, I look like The Walking Dead today, but it's kind of been a surprising day, and we've been out in the heat all day, the swimming pool, and we just got back fishing. So this is me and my eau naturel, and it ain't just fantastic. um, but we just got back from fishing, so we're just gonna kind of settle in, and we're gonna start doing a routine tonight for the boys to get them ready to go to school and get them all settled in and on a routine. The boys are all playing games right now and hanging out, and dogs are sitting outside enjoying this Texas heat. Um, so I guess we'll just kick it off with day one of the pregnancy vlog. I know that Beau had made a video earlier today, and it explains why I'm on his channel. So please don't get on here with your negativity and your comments about why is she on his channel. Don't you have your own? Yes, I do. Beau asked me to do this. It's going great. And so I'm just trying to do what he asked me to do, because this is not comfortable for me in any shape or form. I hate I just don't like it. I'm never going to like it, honestly, but I'll do my best. Um, thank you. But to just kind of kick off day one, I'm going to try to keep these under 30 minutes. George is still really early, super early. I normally don't tell anybody until we reach the second trimester. Beau got overzealous and just immediately put the picture on there pretty much about 3 minutes after I gave him the test this morning. Um, so it's really too early to tell people, but we're just going to pray for the best right now. To kind of kick it off, I'll do some background on why I didn't want to tell anybody. The first time I got pregnant, Beau and I were not married, and I have kind of a little snobbish opinion about not being married and getting pregnant. I didn't like it. We were already engaged but not married. I don't judge anybody else for that. That's everybody's business. But I had a picture in my head on what I was supposed to do with my life, and you were supposed to get married and then have babies. Yep, we're still here, Caleb. Thank you. Um, so that's just what I had envisioned for my life, and that was what it was important to me. When Beau met me, I was a very career-oriented person. I really didn't even think about having a family. I knew I wanted one down the line, but it just wasn't important to me. And then I got pregnant the first time. And I kind of thought that everybody got pregnant and had babies. I thought that's what you did. I didn't know anything about miscarriages or, complications, or that I would be, a person that had complications. Heck, I'm just an athletically figured type person. I'm really skinny. So, I mean, I'm fairly healthy. I didn't think that there was going to be any complications whatsoever, and I was really wrong. And it really kind of changed my viewpoint on people in pregnancy. I mean, it really did. We lost the first baby at 8 weeks. And it's really weird, but every time we lose a baby, it's always in May, it seems like. But the first baby we lost, no, that was in September, I'm sorry. Because we were scheduled to elope. We were going to Tennessee to elope. That's what we were doing. And, nope, I'm wrong. Sorry. It was in May. It was in May of 2011 when I lost the first baby. And then we decided to elope, and I lost, no, I'm sorry, I'm getting so confused. A lot of the pregnancy symptoms that come along hit me all at once, like being tired, forgetfulness, things that hits me immediately. So you will see a lot of me being the typical stereotype of being a dumb blonde here. I'll forget a lot of stuff. It's not on purpose, I swear. We did lose the first baby, and September because we were scheduled to elope, and it was in 2011. Because I lost that baby, God, I'm getting so confused. I'm completely wrong. Lost the first baby in May 2011, and then we lost the second baby in September of 2011. Because we lost the second baby, and it was when we were going to elope, we decided to have a real wedding. So we got married in Natchez and had a real big fancy wedding that was really intimate and had like all of our close friends, and it was really a lot of fun. So that's kind of like the backstory. When I lost the second baby, my doctor pretty much knew that I couldn't lose another one again. She about had to carry me to her office. It was a really emotional thing for me. I'm serious, I had no idea that miscarriages and complications were just so prevalent. Like, it can happen to so many people. I don't know the statistics, but I mean, they're really high. And it's awful for the woman to go through. And my husband, I mean, I can't even imagine. I mean, you're helpless. You have a wife that's emotionally losing her mind because she's lost a baby. The second one I had to carry for literally 3 days, 2 days, 2 days until they delivered the second baby. They took me to a testing type thing, and they drew, I can't remember how many vials of blood, probably like 23, 24. It was a lot. And I had to go through a bunch of testing, and they found out that I have a genetic disorder with my blood. And it gets really prevalent when I'm pregnant, because as a female, you know, you're pumping twice the amount of blood to make that little powerhouse in your belly. So it gets really bad, and it can kill your baby. And that's what I was doing. My body was killing my babies. So I take shots twice a day. So once we figured that out, it was safe to kind of try again in a later date, and we did, and we had Reed, and then I had Joseph 20 months later. They're 20 months apart, so you both stop. So I pretty much thought that our issues with having children and me being pregnant was over, because I take the shots, I do what I'm supposed to, I take the medications I'm supposed to, I take care of myself, and it's not that easy, unfortunately. So in May 2017, I lost our third baby, and it was a boy, and his name was James Michael. And it pretty much emotionally scarred me for life. I'm not the same person that I was a long time ago after I lost him. I don't know if, I guess it damaged me so much more because Reed and Joseph were there that time, and they were watching the screen when we found out that James Michael had died. And there was an autopsy performed on James Michael. He was absolutely healthy, no deformities. There was absolutely nothing wrong with him. So it was traumatizing, to be quite honest with you. Like I said, I thought we had figured all that out and there was going to be no more issues. But I was wrong, and we lost him. And again, this always seems to happen to me on the weekends, and that's just awful because these babies were further along, so you have to essentially go in and have surgery to have them taken from you. And that's what I had to do. And God forbid that it would have been a fully formed child that had passed away, because I've heard of other people who have had babies go full term and then they have to deliver them and they're dead. And I can't even imagine that. That's terrifying to me. So the thoughts running through my head today are several. My doctor told me that I was not supposed to have any children after the age of 35. So it kind of, I haven't smoked in 3 months, Dr. Keto. So, thank you. You better get in there and make your own dinner. I ain't cooking. It's my night off. Thoughts running through my head today are basically, the health complications. There has to be a reason, like she told me not to have babies at 35 or older. And it makes me wonder, like, can I die? Is that going to be a possibility this time? I'll be leaving two, you know, toddlers behind, and a man that cannot take care of himself, let alone two children. No, I'm not cooking. It scares me. Like, I don't want to die. And then, of course, I started crying this morning because I was thinking about Joseph, and Joseph is my baby. Like, he is my baby. And he's not going to take this very well. Not at all. Like, he doesn't even like Reed hugging on me. Doesn't like Beau touching me. That's my baby. And he knows that I'm his. I'm his mama. And I'm his favorite person in this whole wide world. And with a baby, like, he's going to freak out. I wasn't prepared for this. And I just don't know, like, what I'm, like, feeling about it at all. I'm scared. And I don't really quite know how to feel about it, to be honest. I'm just scared. And as most women know, you can't go to the doctor until you've reached a certain part in your pregnancy. That's when they start seeing you. I'm too tired to get down. And we don't have insurance yet. So I'm kind of nervous about that. So we'll have to be paying out of pocket until his insurance kicks in. Yeah, this will be my third C-section if we hopefully make it to the end. So, but this will be it. And I'm going to have them take everything out. It's going to be gone. Like, we're not ever going to have to worry about this again. I'm not doing this anymore. Yeah, it is. But it'll only be for a little while. Beau gets insurance with the company he's at, and I believe about 30 days. So it won't be much longer. And it will only probably be my first doctor's visit that we would have to pay for. And I believe they do a sonogram and your checkup at that point. So we're probably looking at a cost of about $400 maybe for the first visit. I'm not really sure. So, but that's kind of, thank you, John. You're so kind. Because I don't want to cook. That's another thing with pregnancy. I get really tired, and I told Beau the other day, I was like, gosh, I'm sleeping a lot. And I didn't understand why. Because he'll text me. We have stuff in the camper that I have blocked out. It's the reflective sheeting or what now that you would call it. And so it's really dark in the camper. And I know that people have watched Beau's live, and he was like, damn, it's still it's still daylight outside. Well, literally, when you're in there, it's blacked out. Like, you can't see anything. It's dark. So I'll sleep till 10 or 10:30. And he'll text me, and he was like, what? No good morning? You're not going to say anything today? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm still asleep. And the kids are still asleep. So I don't know what we're doing about that. We've really got to start getting up in the mornings. It's going to be rough when school gets here. But Beau is here. He's sitting directly across from me, right over there. He's watching me sit in the back of the truck make this video. So I really don't know what to say except that today is just a scary day for me. I feel really emotional. I know I have a cyst on my left ovary. I have this weird connection with my body. I can feel when something's wrong, so I can feel when something's off. And I get ovarian cysts a lot. They're very painful. They hurt. I cannot with him. He makes me lose all train of thought as if this isn't hard enough. Yeah, I had to call my mom immediately because he posted that picture on Instagram and I hadn't even told her yet. So yes, my mother knows now. Bless her heart. But she'll love it. I know secretly she's praying for a girl. We thought Joseph was going to be a girl, but he was not. So, but today is, I mean, like, I'm just kind of trying to take it all in. And if it makes any sense, I'm kind of scared to love it. I know, like, it's the size of a little seed right now, and it's all tiny and everything. But I'm scared to love it. Or let my feel any kind of connection to the baby right now. That's awesome, James. I think adoption is a wonderful thing. I hate that it's so difficult, and like people always go outside the U.S. to adopt because our laws are just horrible. I understand they're trying to do what's best for kids, but there are so many kids that need adopting. There really are. And if we would have 10 or 20 kids. I love kids. Beau loves kids. We love everything about being a family. Doing activities, anything to do with the kids. It's always so much fun. And we would have as many kids as we possibly could. So I think adopting kids is the best thing in the whole world. I think foster parents are just angels on this earth. Yes, it's so expensive. I've heard of people having to mortgage homes, second mortgages, anything to adopt a child, and I think that's crazy. Yes, it is, James, unfortunately, and that they all talk about giving people second chances, but if you're a felon, you can hang that up. You're never getting a second chance from certain people. That's all you are in their eyes, and that's all you ever will be. I don't think that way, and I think everybody deserves a chance. So I find that very disheartening in today's society. So I don't really like that at all. I think that after a certain time, if you have proven to be a good person and you have filled your debt to society, I feel like that little title should be expunged from you. So, Harvey, where have you been? I've been with him at this camper for 2 months this summer. Beau's on here moderating, so if you don't like what he has, I mean, like, he could be the one that's putting you in timeout. You should probably think about what you're saying. Anyways, we're at 18 minutes, and I really don't know what else to say other than today is just a taking it all in, kind of processing moment. I'm just really scared about everything. It's an all-encompassing event. And plus, my vanity's kind of kicking in the back. You're 35, girl. You gonna be able to come back this time? Are you gonna be able to do it? You gonna be able to be skinny again? I mean, like, I'm pretty... Can't help my vanity is in the background, just like, you're getting old, girl. You better not drink my bottle of wine. I literally bought a bottle of wine yesterday and now I can't drink it. So, but anyway, so that's going to be today's video. I really don't have anything else to say. I'm a fairly boring person. I'm not Beau. I don't have his charisma for YouTube. But it's been a scary day. I'm just really nervous. Justin, that's usually quite the opposite of Beau would say to me. I have been, Micah. For 5 pregnancies, I've snapped back. I don't know if I got it in me for the 6th. No, James, this is the last one. If we can prayerfully get this child born, no matter what it is, boy or girl, we can get this child born, this is it. I'm going to request that the doctor take it all away. But mostly because that I'm tired of having ovarian cyst. I'm sick of it. They're really painful, and I have one right now, and I've been Googling all day to see if that's going to affect my pregnancy. It says it won't, but I can feel how big it is, so I'm kind of wondering. The last one that I had to have surgically removed laparoscopically, and they ended up having to do 4 incisions, not the 3 that were regular, because it was about the size of a football and expanded across my stomach. A small football, not like your regulation size. So I'm kind of concerned about that right now because it's hurting. And it could be just my body responding to the change and everything. Wow, Micah. I'm praying for you guys. Oh, James, I don't even know. I think if we had a girl, oh my Lord, that might be what puts Beau back in prison, a girl. I don't know. Beau's got my kids listening to some of the craziest music y'all have ever heard. Of course, we've been doing clean versions, so please don't start with your judgment. But there's a song, My Chick Go Loco, and JoJo sings that song. Yeah, that's him back there. JoJo's back there dancing and singing My Chick Go Loco. Side, 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 side. Hold on. There they are. Everybody's just chilling out. I made hibachi last night, so my griddle is still out. There's the CR Vicious. I know everybody misses it. And there's Bruce and Diana. Those are swimming trunks, Micah. He still got his swimming trunks on. So that's about it, though. And of course, we've been talking about what kind of vehicle I'm gonna have to get, because the CRV is not gonna cut it for 3 car seats, and the boys are still in car seats. With the child safety laws that we have now, they're still in like full car seats. So I like his new hair. I like his hair any way that he does it, but I like this hairstyle he has now. It looks really good on him. Micah, ain't gonna be no minivan around here. Nope. I will ride that struggle bus of crawling over seats every single time. I am not getting a minivan. We about need a club van. 6 rows. All these dogs, children, and luggage I'm having to tote around. Range Rovers are really nice, and we've looked at those 2 or 3 times, and they always have the most horrible reviews, though, even the brand new ones. So I don't think that's gonna work. And I had an Escalade ESV before I had the Shelby, and it was my absolute favorite, the Mama-Lac. So I'm probably going to get another one of those because it was my favorite thing ever. It was reliable, it was big enough, I loved it. I kind of browsed around this afternoon while we were at the pool and looked at some. I would prefer to have one that has the new headlights and everything in it. I had I don't remember what year that was now. Beau, what year was it? But it was a white platinum and it had the big 22-inch rims, and it was beautiful. I loved it. Old Mama Lack. 27. Yeah. Thank you. I don't like the echo of hearing my voice from across the way over there. So anyways, okay. I said I'm keeping it under 30 minutes. I'm keeping it under 30 minutes for real. Would I consider getting a Tesla? I mean, you know, I don't know much about Teslas, to be quite honest with you. I've seen a couple of videos about them, but I really haven't done any research on them. I don't have anything against them. So, I mean, I would consider one, sure. Why not? Gotta love the trolls, guys. Gotta love the trolls. I do love me a G-Wagon, and to be quite honest, it is a bucket list car. I do want one, but I've never actually driven one. So it would have to be something I would actually have to drive to commit to getting one, because I've already seen 100 reviews on them, of course, but I've never driven one, and I would have to drive it. I drove the Maserati the other day. Beau didn't video that, but I did drive the Maserati the other day, and for the people that wanted to get on there and bash on Instagram and complain about it being a slouch and all that, y'all are full of crap. Y'all have never driven one. If you were a valet, you went 10 miles per hour maybe, you don't know what you're talking about. It was a lot of fun to drive, to test drive it and see if I liked it. I did like it. I did agree that the interior was dated, but I believe it was a 2013. I'm not really sure. Maybe it wasn't a 2013. I'm not really sure what year it was. I'm doing horrible on my ears right now. But the dash just looks so dated to be an Italian sports car. I kind of expected a little bit more from it. And it wasn't push to start. And there was no backup camera, a 14. There was no backup camera. Have a ton of parking sensors all over the car. No backup camera, though. And I feel like in 2014 that was a thing, but apparently not for Maserati. But we'll see. We'll kind of see. We're going to look at a bunch of different options, but more than likely, I'm going to go with something reliable for right now. Because traveling with a baby, I need to make sure that it's going to get me wherever I need to go and have enough space for me to pack up everything I need to bring. And while we're living, you know, in different areas. Right now, the baby is... Thank you so much. Right now the baby has a due date in April, which means they'll take it from me in March. So that's kind of how that goes for me. Tahoe's not going to be big enough, John. I've had a Tahoe before. It's not big enough. I like a big SUV. My little friend is probably, I don't know if she's even 5 feet tall. I just love her to death. She is my best friend in the whole wide world. She is the tiniest little thing, and she's got her a big old Lincoln Navigator. And we talk about, this is the Black Reserve package on her Navigator, and man, it is the finest thing you have ever driven. I love it. I'm not in that price bracket, but I love driving hers, and it's a huge SUV. I love it. I don't think hers is the extended model, though. It's just a regular size. I don't want a Trackhawk. I'm not a Trackhawk fan. Kayla isn't either. We're not Trackhawk people. It's just not for me. If I wanted to do something, I'd get an Escalade, and you know, we'd do something to it, and change it up a bit, and do lift kit on it, some amp steps, things like that. That would be something I would be interested in. But as far as a Trackhawk, no. Yeah, that's what I was looking at today, honey, was the Escalade. It's got to be the same color, though. We'll have Mama Lac 2.0. I'll have to do a little bit better on the interior this time. The one that we got the last time, 07 or 08, the carpet was completely trashed. Everything else was perfect on the Escalade, but the carpet. So it was obvious that it was from a family that didn't really take care of their carpet in their vehicle. Thank you, Anthony. So, I'm going to be a little bit pickier this time. But I paid cash for my last Escalade, and I'm going to pay cash again for this one. So, just a little bit of change up. And hopefully get enough saved up for the year model that I want. Low mileage, of course. And we'll go from there and hopefully find a good one. Yeah, she was a tow pig a couple of times. Old girl, she put in work. Bless her. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. Alright, guys. Well, I stayed on longer because Justin asked me to, and I feel like I just rambled through it. So we're going to, I'm going to make me some flashcards so I can figure out what to talk about. But like I said, today is still, I'm still shell-shocked and not really sure how to feel about everything and taking it all in. And we'll see how it goes. It's probably going to be like this for a while, though. I'm just still very nervous. I'm a very nervous person. Thank you, Julie. So I'm going to hop off here, and I hope you guys have a great night, and we'll catch up with y'all tomorrow. And I'm not cooking for him. But y'all have a good night.